Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. About 2 minutes ago, there was another Ripple v SEC update, and guys, I am getting quicker and quicker with these things, man. Starting to get crazy, alright? Starting to get really crazy out here, but alright, we got ourselves a nice little update. Let me quickly share it over in the Discord so some of those peeps can enjoy it too. And did you guys get a notification, or did you see it over on Twitter, or how did you see that we were live streaming right now? I did get a notification on my own phone, I did. So let me know in the chat box if you also got one. Let me quickly share it over on the Discord, and then let's dive right into it. Once more, it just came out about 5 minutes ago. We are really fresh with this one. And once more, people sometimes try to say, oh, you got Dusty, you're late with these things. Really? Name one guy that's quicker in posting these things on the YouTubes. Ain't nobody there. For lawsuit updates, at least. Nobody's quicker than us, guys. All right, Ferdy also got himself a notification, huh? Nice, my bro. Nice, my bro. And also, you guys like Muhammad here, you guys are killing it over on the Twitter side, man. So quick. So quick with them all. So yeah, this is actually a very short filing, just a couple of pages, not that long as usual, and I guess that's a little bit nicer. All right, still 4.5-ish pages long, but basically this is a back and forth about the recordings that Ripple has of all their meetings. And once more, there's a lot of exhibits, in total about 40 pages, but of course the start is most important. And for all of you that do not know, it's the Ripple has filed its response to the SEC's motion to compel turnover of video and audio recordings of Ripple staff meetings. It's basically a, first response. You guys get it? It's not that difficult, not that severe, because obviously the SEC is going to have another chance to reply to this one. But obviously, kind of an obviously on top of an obviously, first of all, the SEC reported that they want at least a ton of Ripple's recorded conferences. So anytime that they met up with their employees and they recorded it basically, or that Brett Garlinghouse and whatnot was talking, they want some recordings of those. And last time that I did a stream, we covered that in some great detail. And guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, that was one of the craziest papers we've read in a very long while. It just wasn't really that logical. There were a ton of strange parts in there. And I think we really went over all the exhibits, just looking back and forth about everything. I believe here's also where they extended for time. This was a little bit earlier. Let's quickly see, guys. Here on August 31st is when the SEC last dropped their piece. And once more, we went over every single part of this entire 37-page thing. What video of mine was that? I don't know. But if you really want to, you can watch that live stream back as we dove into every single part here. And I remember, guys, that they were requesting some stuff. For example, here, they were requesting Ripple's marketing and communications team meetings, XRP working group meetings, weekly sales or XRP market team meetings, and 4 was blanked, even though they said it were 5 categories. And when we scrolled all the way into the exhibits, I believe somewhere or the 13th, I believe the filing was somewhere. The 13th of July, something like that. Let's see here. Let's see, Exhibit I think. Here we go. Then, was it this one? Well, no, I think it's actually the last one. One further. So it's about in here. Whatever, guys. In one of these emails, basically, it stated exactly what the SEC was looking for. Here, point 4. The meeting that Mr. Garlinghouse had all hands with the company after his meeting with Chair Clayton in August 2018, as explained in Mr. Schwartz's testimony. I think that was the hidden number 4 right there. Point being, can be really interesting what the Ripple side response is going to be, right? Once more, I have not read it because it just came out about 1 minute. I got the notification and instantly turned the streaming software on, right? I left no time to read it for myself. So we're going to read through it, give you guys all my thoughts about it. And once more, guys, make sure you press that like button. Right now, I'm not wearing any pants. I just went out the shower. I was preparing some stuff and, well, I saw this. Right. So we write on behalf of Ripple in response to the SEC's letter seeking an order to compel all these recordings of these internal meetings outlined in Exhibit A of their letter. That's, again, in their Exhibit A here. Contrary to the SEC's claim that all the parties are at an impasse about these recordings, prior to the SEC even filing its motion to compel, Ripple had already agreed to the SEC's request and has already begun producing such recordings. Okay, wow, that's very, very interesting. So Ripple here says the SEC kind of pushed this motion out for no reason, because even before that we already agreed to give them some, so that's kind of strange. So footnote 1 is added. Indeed, based on its agreement to review and produce all requested recordings to the extent they exist, Ripple was surprised by the SEC's filing and disappointed that its efforts to compromise by giving the SEC everything it had requested nevertheless resulted in an unnecessary burden imposed on this court. I like the wording for it, because is that the truth? Then it's a little bit strange. Not gonna lie to you, that's odd. In fact, we expect Ripple's production to be substantially complete before this motion is actually fully briefed. Fully briefed meaning all the back and forths are done and a conclusion is, basically met. The only unresolved matter is whether the SEC can continue to issue demands for additional recordings now that the fact discovery phase has ended. So, if I remember correctly, in this motion, they basically already said that Ripple proposed a solution to them, yet they weren't happy with it, because what Ripple said is, we are prepared to look up all the documents, all the, specifically the video recordings and audio recordings that you filed for and requested, but we then want to conclude that if you find out in the future that you want any more video recordings, that we do not have to give them to you. Right? Exactly what you're requesting now is all the recordings you're going to get. If you can agree, then we're done. If not, we're not. And, well, here they're basically saying that Ripple, once more, is explaining how we do not want to look for it further because, well, the phase for it is already over. Rather than meet and confer on that remaining point, the SEC chose to burden this court with ill-conceived motion practice concerning an issue that is not even ripe for adjudication. As there are no outstanding requests for recordings currently in dispute, the court should deny the SEC's motion as moot and defer consideration of any future requests by the SEC for additional recordings until the parties have reached a genuine impasse. Stupid, isn't it? Jasper Snyder says, the neighbors on the other side of the street of Dusty are now like, look, it's the ugly naked guy again. Friends reference. Yeah, no, I don't think they can see me. That would be pretty funny though, huh? Naked? I'm not naked, my friend. I don't record naked. That would be weird. I always have stuff on. You're a strange guy, Jasper. Strange thoughts you have there, my friend. All right, 1. The SEC's belated recordings request. So we can actually conclude this one quite simply. Well, the SEC is rather late with requesting this because, of course, the entire discovery phase is over and they've had all time to request it. And they're saying, oh, we only got ahead of it pretty late. Even then, they requested this officially quite near the end. Not gonna lie. The SEC's claim that its first request for recorded meetings was issued on January 25th is not accurate. The SEC did not specifically request a recording until August 5th, more than 3 years after the start of their investigation, and less than 4 weeks before the end of the discovery. Now, before August 5th, the SEC had only included tape recordings and sound recordings in its overbroad definition of documents in its request for production, but not in any of the RFPs, which are requests for productions themselves. In its responses and objections to the SEC's RFPs, Ripple objected to the SEC's unreasonably broad definition of document, as it is plainly burdensome and disproportionate to have to search and collect dozens of different document types for responsiveness to the 125 requests issued by the SEC to Ripple. Further, the SEC knows how to specifically identify certain categories of documents in its RFPs and has routinely done so during this litigation, issuing RFPs seeking inter alia Slack communications, text messages, spreadsheets, ledgers, calendar invitations, and notes. But the SEC never once issued RFPs specifically seeking recordings or otherwise raised the issue of recordings in any of our numerous meeting confers. So, point 1, gonna say pretty nice for Ripple here. If they didn't request it until about 3.5 weeks before the end, that's pretty strange. Because that kind of feels to me like a little bit of fishing as well, where you're out of options and you think of something last moment. You're like, you know what? They were in the SEC meeting. They were like, should we? What can we do? Well, we don't have any video yet. Let's do it. Let's do it, boys. Let's write down. And they started working really quickly on getting these video recordings, knowing very well they had to lie to make it more credible, and knowing very well that Ripple already obliged to give it over to them. So the long story short of this one is most likely going to be that Ripple wants to give it over, but they want to kind of keep it small. They want to kind of keep it quick and done over with. And the SEC doesn't want to settle with that. They want it all. And whenever they feel like they want more, which Ripple doesn't want to oblige by. And now they're giving up some points as to why Ripple wanted to give some, but the SEC wasn't taking it as good enough. And by the way, guys, if you watch right now, say hey if you're seeing yourself in the chat box right here. I always like that because whenever I'm watching a stream and I see myself sitting there, feels like I'm acknowledged. Specifically because this goes into infinity, you know? This doesn't leave. This always stays around. Whenever you watch the video back, you'll see yourself in there. I read what you said. And Ethan says, where can you find this? Check my Twitter. You'll find it over on my Twitter. And once more, guys, make sure you press that like button. We have had about 2,600 people press this stream on, about 700 people watching right now, which is still insane to me that 700 people stopped by on this channel to say hi. That is still, I can't even express how fun and crazy that is. However, those likes really help with the YouTube algorithm, and so that's why I'm sometimes saying make sure you press that button. You guys are all seeing yourself. What's up, guys? Okay. I think we're almost at 250 likes. That was kind of my goal here. Now I have to get the live stream tab away again. There we go. I think we're good. And by the way, if you're wondering, no, if I have my tab on the left, I can actually not see how many likes we have because it's too small. And so some things basically get taken away. I can see how many viewers we have, though, but that is also not that as accurate. All right, so here are a couple of footnotes. There's plaintiff Exhibit A, plaintiff's first set of documents requests, definition number 7. Okay, that actually refers to the fact that the SEC did request information. However, they didn't classify properly that they wanted the recordings. And number 3, Exhibit B, defendants Ripple Labs, objection and responses to plaintiff's first set of requests for production. This is just in the Exhibit B, most likely, all the way down to the bottom. There's basically Ripple saying they do not want to give over all these documents, but do want to give over some. All right, so here we have, the SEC also claims that Ripple has not reviewed any recordings and never informed the SEC that Ripple routinely recorded staff meetings until Antoinette O'Gorman deposition on August 4th. Motion to compel at 3. This is also inaccurate. First, the SEC was on notice about the existence of recordings well before this litigation, yet waited until a couple of weeks ago to issue its first request for these recordings. For example, the SEC asked Mr. or Miss O'Gorman during her deposition about a recording referenced in an exhibit that Ripple produced on the SEC's request on November 2019. See the motion to compel, Exhibit E, O'Gorman, with a couple of lines right there. The SEC showed this same document to Miguel Villas during his deposition on June 28, 2021, and to Ryan Zagone during his deposition on July 20th, 2021. See Exhibit C, the deposition of Villas. Hey, by the way, guys, I think now in Exhibits E and Exhibit C, we actually have a couple of depositions, or at least a couple of parts of it, which we haven't really seen too much about before. Let's quickly check it out. So Exhibit C and Exhibit E under seal. Okay, too bad. Also under seal. Never mind. I was kind of excited. I was like, hey, maybe we're going to see a couple of pages of these depositions, but no, they are still hidden, most likely because Ripple wants them to be hidden, but we don't know exactly why they're hidden. We shall not find that out until most likely quite a significant amount later. The other exhibit, Ripple has produced numerous other documents referencing recorded meetings. So the SEC is basically lying out of their teeth, huh? That's basically the conclusion here, isn't it? I don't know. Sometimes I read this and I'm thinking, what is this kid type of discussion going on? Ripple literally says here, we told you that it existed. We're willing to give you some stuff, but the SEC is like, you know what? We're going to ask and burden the court because we halfway agree with you, but we kind of want to do it the other way around as well. And we're going to lie to the court as well, saying, oh, we didn't know about it until late. This is so stupid sometimes, because I'm almost getting hiccups from it. I got to calm down a little bit. Ooh, let's not pop my freaking nerves. Mr. Canpex is Dusty doing live so he can recover from his losses from today. That's all. Little fun fact, and I've said that to a couple of you guys before. I can put this up every single time so you guys can know exactly how much I earned from the stream if you guys want to know about it. All right? A lot of people, you can see, this means, are you generating money from it? It says off. So there's no way I can get money from these things unless people donate. But as you most likely notice, once more, this means for all the Dutchies out there, you know what it means. Otherwise, for all the non-Dutchies, this means there's no ads on the live stream. There's no money generated by me for live streams. I usually don't turn it on. If it's on, it's most likely by accident. I told you guys before, I like the streaming, not doing anything for the money. Some people donate, they donate. I never will ask you for anything like that. So some people say that type of stuff. Kind of hurts me, man. Just letting you guys know, all right? It's off. There's no money in the vault here. All right, that's my quick little two cents on that matter for all the people. I see that more often. People saying, oh, you only stream for the money. All right, my friend. All right, you do you. It's pretty funny that people sometimes say that. Dusty makes contents without the content. Everybody do their thing, all right? You guys be angry, whatever. All right, still, guys, some of you say, oh, ignore them. It's not as easy as you might think. It's not as easy as you might think to ignore people. All right, so Ripple began collecting and reviewing recordings even before the SEC's August 5th, 2021 request. As one example, in July 2021, Ripple collected and reviewed a recording that the SEC had identified as potentially relevant and that Ripple determined to be privileged. See motion to compel. Okay, we can see that. It's mostly to do with the dates on that, though, guys. So the ones where that the SEC is just basically claiming, oh, we filed it when we got it, but that's just not the truth. There's a couple of points for that. Number 3 here is that while the SEC cites testimony from 3 different witnesses to establish that various meetings took place at Ripple during the relevant period, the SEC concedes that these witnesses, quote, did not specifically testify about recordings, end quote. And the SEC had an opportunity to confirm with these witnesses whether the meetings were recorded but chose not to do so. That's also odd. In sum, it is simply not the case that Ripple's prior actions in discovery in connection with the production of recordings have been deficient or otherwise improper. No, I mean, fair. Ripple's side is really fair on this one. And once more, guys, you're all amazing for all the nice messages. And really, trust me, guys, I try to not explain myself. I try to ignore it. But it's just, I think, a normal human thing, right? To kind of, whenever you see those nice things, you see it, you appreciate it, okay, but it goes on. But when something says somebody negative, it just sticks with you a little bit more. And that's just human nature on it all, right? That's just how people perceive it. And I know it's not the good way to do it, but it's just an adjusting period. And with time, I think I'll just become completely numb to it. But right now, very often, I just don't want to check the comments for some of those guys, man. It's strange. I feel like a little freaking girl. Not wanting to see what people write because they're mean. How is that, huh? How is that? That sounds freaking stupid. But that's because there's so many messages. That's crazy, man. Specifically, guys, that's the most fun part. When the XRP price is going down, you guys just watch the comment section and see the freaking animals come to life. It is funny, though. That type of stuff, it makes me happy. You know what happens very often, guys? Every so often, people brag in my DM explaining to me how much freaking XRP they bought. Or how, just like, for example, they say, hey, man, I just decided to buy a freaking ton of it, man. And they just kind of brag a little bit, and you know. And then, for example, I have one in my DM right now. I'm not going to name your name, obviously. But he explained to me a little while ago he's buying a ton. And it's just a ton of people. Then, just a little bit later, he messaged me saying, oh, man, I lost everything. I can't pay for this. I can't pay for that. My kids, man, can you help me out? Can you send me a little donation? And that type of stuff. So I even posted it on Twitter today, not the specific, fail story basically, but the idea. If you're going to put in more than you're able to lose, first of all, don't tell others about it. Just kind of stay in your corner, stay in your lane a little bit. Be careful with that and be really, really careful. But most importantly, if you're playing around with that stuff and you're, in this kind of little uncertain period for yourself, you're not sure whether it should be a crypto trade. Like, there's 2 sides. One, if you're not sure you're going to be a good crypto hodler, don't go freaking balls deep mode. Don't put all your eggs into one basket. Don't go crazy. That's one. And second of all, if you know you're going to stay in it, then why would you sell and realize the loss? Or why would you go with some crazy leverage and, destroy yourself? You know what I mean? That's just my own thoughts about it. So please, guys, never put in the chat box how much XP you have. Please never tell me that you're buying a ton of XRP soon and that you're going to buy a ton of XRP. Just, I don't need to know how much you're buying. Just be cool with it and never put in more than you're able to lose. Because people really hurt themselves that way. And then maybe you think, no, I'm not going to be hurt. People really do. And it's an easy mistake. It's easy to mess up. Oh, you guys wouldn't know how often this happens, by the way. I'm not talking 10 people, I'm not talking 50 people. I'm talking so many people throughout my journey here. There's at least maybe 1 to 2 a day that I get. People just tell, whenever the price goes down, that is, not every day. Whenever the price goes down, it's people just panicking and asking me what they should do, or if it can send them something or help them recover, $50,000 quickly before their wives find out, or quickly to save their mortgage or save their house or stuff like that. Oh, very often. You'd be surprised if you checked my DM. All right. Moving on, though, Ripple's good faith attempts to meet and confer concerning the SEC's recording requests. Now, expectation, Ripple's explaining here that they met with the SEC before. They basically gave the thumbs up to look for all those documents, and yet the SEC is still not happy. And Mugamat says, Dusty update, just tuned in, can't read the screen. So, by the way, guys, if your settings are low, go to the top right and check somewhere to see if your settings are good. Because as far as I know, I'm streaming in pretty high quality. At least on my end, it says I'm streaming at least 1080p, and I can even stream in 2K if you guys want. However, I don't know exactly why people are sometimes finding these strange settings. I think it might be your guys' internet, though. So look for the YouTube settings and change your resolution. Might help. Okay, notwithstanding the SEC's belated request for recordings and the extensive discovery, the SEC has obtained to date nearly 200,000 documents and more than 1 million pages from Ripple alone. Ripple met and conferred several times with the SEC to resolve this dispute. So this on its own is actually not really saying too much because it's just some statistics, but then again, you can literally send millions upon millions of documents without it being too burdensome or too crazy, to be honest with you. And Salvatore says that 62 million XRP was just sent to Coinbase. Let me quickly check that out, what he's sending me. Because why? Well, and by the way, I'm being a little bit interruptive of this lawsuit document because we got the conclusion already a little bit. It's not one of these crazier documents that are really difficult to understand, like some of them are new ones. It's Ripple just basically saying, hey, we were planning to give it to you anyway. Why make such trouble for the court? He was just tagging an XRP transfer of about 70 million. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Okay, no. I'm not seeing it real quick. Let me go to my other source for XRP whale. You know what you also notice, guys? If you do as much digging as I do, you start to find out the best websites for all this stupid stuff, man. I really... sometimes find myself sad of how many freaking shortcuts and statistic websites I know. But then again, I'm a little bit of a guy like that, huh? Who likes statistic websites. So here is not a sponsorship, by the way, and my personal source for XRP related thingies. 5 hours ago, we got an unknown wallet to Coinbase. I'll make another video about it to explain exactly why this happened and what it could be. Because very often people say, no, man, this is basically Coinbase relisting, man, 100% certain. It ain't. However, this is most likely an XRP buy because the chance is very big that a person bought it somewhere and then decided to send it over to Coinbase using it as a custodian. If you have a net worth of, let's say, $20 million plus, I'm not exactly sure what the threshold is. Theoretically speaking, it could be $5 million, but I think people under the $10, $20 million range don't really do this too often. And you want to, for example, store crypto in a private manner. A lot of people use Coinbase and, yeah, I guess just period. They use Coinbase and they basically make it so that Coinbase holds their crypto for them. You know, Coinbase is basically reliable. They have the insurers and everything like that. And you pay, for example, 2% management fee a year, or maybe 1% or maybe 0.2%, depending a little bit. But so that is for a lot of holders around the world. It can be anywhere who use Coinbase as a custodian because that's also part of what they do. And then again, it could be preparation. It could be a lot of different things, but I'm assuming that is what it is for. I've explained this a couple of times before already, though. My own expectation. Primal Geek says, treat it like you're loaning your family money. Never put more in than you're willing to lose. What do you mean with that? Treat it like loaning your family money. Never put in more than you're willing to lose. I mean, I would say treat it the opposite of how you would treat family, to be honest with you. With your family, you can be a little bit crazy because in the end of the day, it's your family, right? That you're helping out. But a crypto market is something different. I'm not sure if I like that comparison right there, my friend. But a couple of you guys are agreeing. I don't know. Maybe I have a different sort of family. Whatever I give, I don't expect it back. I don't really loan stuff out to. Yeah, I do actually. Never mind. No, I never expect it back though if I loan something out. For example, no, I never expect it back. But I guess you're right. David Boyd says, hey, Dusty, whatever happened to the gold bat coin you were playing with last year? I still hold it. However, I've been talking to that team from GSX. I've been talking to them a lot, guys. And that's because I want to go over to South Africa to check those mines out. And because they're doing a lot of stuff and I just want to see it, you know. Because I told them, I'm a little bit afraid because you guys are not making the biggest updates. I told him that because I have one of the guys inside there I can talk to. And he said, you know what? Come over and we'll show you everything. And if I get to those mines and I see it with my own two freaking eyes, I'll get back to talking about it a little bit more. But right now I'm in that little middle period where I'm like, I want to see it, you know? So that's what's holding me back with talking about GSX, to be honest with you. BitBoy is live and he said he's got inside news. Uh-oh. Guys, be prepared for another dump then. Uh-oh. Let me open up the trading view. If BitBoy's live right now saying he's got more XP inside news, better prepare for a big dump. Ooh, okay. You guys update me, all right? Update me. Open both these streams and let me know what's happening down there on the freaking BitBoy end of things. I want to see the inside news he's got, man, because, I mean, I want to know. I want to know what he's got, man. Uh-oh. Okay, let's, we're at $1.08 on XRP. I'm watching it really closely. No, again, guys, again, once more, no hard feelings towards BitBoy or anybody like that. Everybody's on their own grind. So you'll never see that hatred from me. I can, however, make a couple of jokes here and there, or things like that. Just want to make sure that nobody gets any dislike feelings from me. Let's see. I heard GSX is a scam, bro. Get out if you can. Well, once more, you hear from somebody, I hear from them themselves, and I personally think I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. It's not a scam for sure. At least I'm 90% sure on that. The only question is, will it do really good? And I'm still kind of looking at that. Longs liquidated. Let's take a little bit of a small look at that too. I'm sorry, guys, for deviating a little bit from the lawsuit thing. It's because there's some interesting stuff happening, like BitBoy saying he's got an insider, somebody asking to see the liquidations. Ferdy? Or were you just checking it out? Oh, you're not even, okay, you weren't just asking me to check it out. So yeah, 3.7 billion, one of the highest in a very, very long time. Very long time. But not too crazy high, but high in a long time, let's put it like that. Hey, Chadwick, what's up, man? Chadwick Dunn is in the chat box again. Don't leave without a like. Yeah, you guys can press that like button if you want to. It helps the channel out a little bit, so why not, right? That's all I keep on saying. Right now, we are at like 300 likes or so. There have been 7,000 people who pressed this stream on. So if you're watching right now, make sure you press that like button. And guys, we are very close to 130,000 subs. So, well, yeah, if you haven't pressed it yet, today, I think we can literally hit 130,000 subs today, which would be crazy. So do that. And Ferdinand, I don't know, but it seems like you know your stuff. Do you know how Gleam works? Because once more, guys, I have 3,000 XRP purely meant to give away. But I have to figure out how Gleam works, and I'm literally kind of stupid in that regard. I'm not able to figure it out. It's too difficult for me. Ferdy, if you know it, let's hop on Discord. If you can explain it to me, I can set it up properly. And we can do that big giveaway. You got a ghost in your room talking on your mic with you. Maybe I'm hacked, bro. It could be. All right, let's move on, though. We've wasted some time. All right. So, continuing, the SEC's initial request for recordings was tremendously overbroad, seeking all recordings, video or audio, of internal Ripple meetings over an 8-year period without any limitation by custodian, subject matter, date, or potential responsiveness. Now, Ripple objected to the SEC's unduly burdensome and disproportionate request for all internal meetings, explaining that the request would require the Ripple prepare transcriptions of thousands of internal meetings and review many hours of recordings. Yeah, that would be crazy. I'm not going to lie to you. That's really odd. Undeterred, the SEC at first declined to narrow the request, but in In an effort to resolve the matter, or at least narrow the issues in dispute on August 12th, Ripple invited the SEC to identify particular categories of recordings that it was interested in, while reiterating that it would not review all those thousands of company recordings over an 8-year period without any limitations as to topic or search parameters. I get that. I'm not sure exactly how many of these recordings they've got, but an 8-year period, that's pretty crazy, that's pretty crazy. Listen to your live recording when you talk about being afraid of upgrading your. I have no idea what you're talking about, my friend. Whatever. Let's. Some guys, some people put some things in the comment section that I just do not understand. By the way, and I always have one eye on the left, just looking at the comment section. So, yeah. It's also when I'm reading, I'm just seeing if people are not writing anything crazy. Kind of funny. I do agree with Ripple on that one. Now, the SEC agreed to narrow its request, asking Ripple to search and produce 4 categories of recordings, which we know about. One of them was redacted, but we found it. It was hidden, but we found it through detective work. And to submit a list of all recorded meetings or a description of the categories of recorded meetings so that the SEC could make further requests or refine them. Ripple agreed to search for and review the meetings that the SEC specifically identified in its August 13 request, while noting that certain regularly scheduled meetings the SEC appeared to be most focused on, such as meetings of the XP Markets and XP Sales team, were not recorded. Okay. Ripple also proactively undertook a comprehensive search of all recorded meetings to identify additional recordings that were potentially responsive. And as Ripple explained to the SEC, based on a search of all recorded meetings by custodian and meeting name, Ripple identified a set of potentially responsive recordings in addition to the ones you specifically identified in your email on August 13th. Ripple agrees to review the set of potentially responsive recordings, GULA email, and the only remaining issue in contention as of August 20th was the scope of Ripple's review of all hands meetings. Ripple explained that reviewing all hands meetings would be unduly burdensome, as there are hundreds of such recordings during the relevant period, with no way of knowing what was discussed in the recording without listening to each one of them. Further, many all hands meetings are, on their face, very unlikely to be relevant to this litigation. For example, there are dozens of all-hand meetings of the engineering, RippleNet, and other teams that focus on technical issues such as software engineering and product development and are unlikely to contain information relevant to the issues in this case. I get that, very obvious. In light of the volume of all-hand meetings recordings, including many that are of questionable relevance, Ripple asked the SEC to identify specific all-hand meetings that you think may be relevant and or responsive to the SEC's request for production based on the documents already produced. The SEC agreed to identify specific meetings, sending to Ripple on August 26th the Exhibit A list of recordings, which identifies specific all-hand meetings along with certain other meetings, which is also set in the earlier motion to compel. And even though the Exhibit A proposal was burdensome, necessitating a manual review for responsiveness and privilege of dozens of hours of recordings and the potential application of redactions to the recordings, Ripple largely accepted the SEC's proposal. Ripple wrote that it agrees to search for the meetings identified in the email on August 26th to the extent recordings exist, on the condition, which is the key of this all, that the SEC agree that this resolves the parties' discovery-related disputes concerning Ripple's recordings, and that the SEC will agree to not seek the production of additional recordings from Ripple or the individuals in this case in the future. Ripple included this condition in an effort to achieve a measure of finality about the scope of the SEC's recording requests in light of the 31st of August close of fact discovery, particularly given the SEC's long delay in seeking such recordings. Ripple also wanted to preclude a scenario where the SEC might significantly expand its request despite the parties' prior agreement, a circumstance that has occurred a number of times during this litigation. Oh, wow. Okay. Let me take a little quick sip of my aloe vera drink. Some of you guys said turn your microphone off when you drink because it's annoying. So I make that a standard thing to do as well. Some people say, no, it's the ASMR, keep it on. And some people get really sad. Not sure which one is better. Not sure. Um, so the conclusion there, Ripple's saying, hey, we already gave you a couple of fingers, bro. Why you want the entire hand? Not difficult, not too strange. It's just the SEC, guys. That's literally it. It's just the SEC. I don't know what else to put it there. Hey, get rich or die mining. Welcome to the chat box, man. First time I've seen you, I think, in the chat. At least as a supporter. That's the first time, I think. So, a little bit of a footnote there, a long one. It's about the media confer. That's the last part here. The SEC's motion to compel is not ripe for judicial determination because Ripple has agreed to review the Exhibit A recordings. In sum, Ripple had already agreed to search for and produce A list of recordings the SEC specifically identified in an email on August 13th. 2. A set of recordings identified by Ripple as potentially responsive based on a comprehensive search of all recorded meetings by the custodians of such meetings, meeting name and other criteria. And 3. The recordings identified by the SEC in Exhibit A of their motion to compel. Together, these represent a substantial undertaking by Ripple to search for and produce recordings that are responsive to the SEC's RFPs, since the recordings, some of which are over 2 hours long, must be reviewed manually for responsiveness, privilege, and potential redaction. This part meaning Ripple has to look through it all, but we basically agreed on everything. So we're not, Ripple's now saying we don't really know exactly why the SEC filed it because we already came to a conclusion on the end of finality. Which is, well, Ripple just basically said, if you agree to not ask for more later, we're fine. But the SEC does not want to settle on that, I guess. Also, together, these recordings represent all recordings requested by the SEC for review. Without any ripe issue in dispute regarding the SEC's recording requests, this court should deny the SEC's motion and defer decisions on any potential additional requests if such requests are made after the parties have had an opportunity to meet and confer, okay? Not difficult, not strange, very easy to understand, guys. By the way, we are very close to 500 likes. If you haven't pressed that button just quite yet, make sure you press it right now because, well, then we are at 500 likes, and that's pretty cool. Now, once more, guys, the long story short about this one is Ripple doesn't really understand exactly why the SEC filed it. They're like, we already gave you everything you wanted. Why go through such elaborate schemes to, first of all, lie about the dates of these things and lie saying that we're denying things when in reality, we're planning to give you everything, but you're just not accepting it. What a joke this is, huh? Very often, though, it seems as if these motions are getting more and more stupid by the day. Every time I read it, I almost get like a small little tiny mini seizure, just kind of reading through these dumbass arguments and things again, specifically from the SEC side. Take, for example, the parties' discussions concerning the SEC's RFP 233, which seeks all documents and communications concerning the promotion or marketing of XRP or Ripple, including but not limited to communications with the blank. After meeting and conferring on March 17th, the parties agreed to limit the scope of the RFP 233 to documents and communications concerning XRP and projects related to XRP. I don't know if this is actually significant at all. No, it's not significant at all, this part, actually, guys. Let's see. Do you have any questions, guys? Put them right down in the comment section, and I'm going to check it out in the little chat box right there for all the people watching live. Let me quickly see. Price, not doing too well, not doing too bad, to be honest with you. It's seen better days, though. It's definitely seen better days. I'm also wondering a little bit why I can't zoom in on any of those charts right now. And I believe that Bitfinex fixed itself. I'm not sure if Bitfinex is back up, guys. The exchange I normally use here over on TradingView, it was down today. A lot of exchanges actually went down. Bitmart also gave me a notice. Right now I'm seeing a little bit of a bearish pennant in this one. I guess I can see, but I think no. I think actually it's more of a pattern like this, isn't it? Let us wait, though, for it to figure itself out right now. I mean, theoretically speaking, we could also draw something like this in there, like a little bit of a bearish pennant, I guess we can kind of see in there. We're going to have to wait a little bit for the price to come to a sort of conclusion. We had a really, really big dip, which, again, still in my own expectation or on prediction, is exactly like I explained to you guys yesterday in this video. I'm going to pop it open for you guys so you guys can check it out if you want to. Yesterday, in one of my videos, for all of you that watch my channel all the time, you know exactly what video I'm talking about. Yesterday, we talked about the manipulation, right? And the exact scenario which we're seeing now, I expressed in that video because, well, sometimes there's just a pretty high chance that this stuff happens. Let me show you guys. on my channel. Right here at the top, this one. Oh, I accidentally pressed it. Oh, there we go. Now let the lag continue. Let the lag begin. Can I? Why am I? See how laggy it is? I just pressed and my mouse not working and pressing twice on these things. This is all not going to plan. All right. Yeah, whatever. We're back. We're doing good. So this specific video here, in this one, I basically explained to you guys the manipulation and how the 7th here could literally be a very, very scary date, specifically because of the El Salvador situation. Like I said it right here. Because what we already expected, again, am I 100% sure on these things? No. But it did bring up the scenario for you guys to kind of think about. And in the end of things, it did occur. Once more, if I knew for a fact, I would have made $1 billion, right? But you never know for a fact, and that's the entire problem. Even though we read this and I speculated, I wasn't 100% sure. So what we said during this, like BC Backer also said, there was a good chance for falling down, mostly because if you're calling up people to buy Bitcoin on the same day, well, while a lot of others are going to sell, you're kind of still trying something. It never really works out properly, right? And again, I always use the analogy that's explained in The Intelligent Investor, that book by Benjamin Graham. I always come back to that one. If people are all expecting the same thing, usually it doesn't do well. Because people buy in anticipation, and when the moment itself hits, they sell. And funny enough, guys, the price dipped exactly on, I believe, 12 a.m. UTC. Okay, actually, this is UTC plus 2. So actually go to UTC just to see, because this is what the close is for. UTC 12 was right on this area. No, I guess 10 p.m. is a little bit of a better one. But my 12 is when things just start to kind of fall down on the XRP chart. Let's quickly see Bitcoin, by the way. Maybe Bitcoin was exactly at 12 UTC. I'm just clicking everywhere. There we go. Let's see how Bitcoin was looking. Maybe Bitcoin was exactly 12. No, 3. Yeah, I guess Bitcoin was exactly 12 o'clock that the first kind of downwards candle was going to be. But specifically about 2-3 hours later is when things just start to fall. Which is, again, it wasn't even the 7th in the United States just quite yet. It was the 7th, let's say, at maximum 8 or 9. Let me see here. So the most lows we can go is there, but let's say Los Angeles, right? Let's see when that was 12 over there. This is the kind of the last point we could have gotten to. So from this point on forward, it was the 7th, which is the date that supposedly everybody who has got to buy Bitcoin in. Nobody put a specific hour in there. And all of a sudden the price dumped, well, a pretty significant amount throughout that day, huh? When it was supposed to happen. This is again LA time. Wow, for you guys, it's actually early. Hey, where are you guys are watching this video from right now? I'm recording this from Amsterdam. It is about 11:40 p.m. It's actually a pretty early recording for me. Very often when we live stream is like freaking 3 a.m. You guys understand? So this is actually a pretty doable time. I'm pretty satisfied with this. I can't complain. I can't burst out into tears like I usually do after a recording session. All right. Northern Ireland near Toronto, Canada. Sydney, Netherlands. Hey. We got UK, Dubai, Washington, Belgium, Costa Rica. Animal farming is this. I don't know exactly why you posted that there. UK, New York, London, New Zealand, Denver, Colorado. Washington State. UK, Canada, Mass, USA. I have no idea what Mass, USA is supposed to be. California, UK, Texas, Romania, Scotland, Maui, USA, Kuwait, UK. Hey, I think the majority of people are actually from the UK, guys. I'm not going to lie. I think the overwhelming majority here is UK. And yes, I do speak Dutch. Ik kan Nederlands. Yes. Nederlands or Dutch is my first language and English is my second. So once more, I speak Dutch better than I speak English. Yes. For all of you guys wondering. And we can also go talk like this for the rest of the stream if you really want to. I think it's going to be very nice if we try that for a day. A lot of people are going to get very confused. It's like, who is this guy? Who is this dusty guy here? So, in the live stream, is this a new guy he's interviewing? Maybe it could be. A lot of others might find it funny. Right next to Jeremy Hogan, huh? Colin says. Do you think the bull run is over? Coco asks. No, I do not think so, my friend. B. Shortyman says, I learned a good lesson today. Plays a stop loss. Hey, I mean, at one point you got to learn, huh? Mux Verstappen. Say Mux Verstappen. Why? Why? Why would I have to say Mux Verstappen? Was a nice little race, huh? With Mux Verstappen. It was pretty good. Was nice. Ohio, I'm in a spaceship. I need some gas. Adam says my stop loss did nothing. A little fun phenomena with stop losses, by the way. Very often people think a stop loss is a 100% success rate. No, it isn't. You know, a stop loss only works if there's actually some sort of demand at that area. It could be, for example, I wanted to pop a minute chart. We don't need to. I can explain it, I think. If we actually get a dump like this, and there's just nobody buying, basically, there's only people selling, it could be that your stop loss actually doesn't get triggered until you're, for example, 10 cents lower than before, because at that area is finally a point at which somebody actually wants to buy. It actually sometimes happens in flash crashes when somebody buys the order book really quickly, for example, and you get a kind of a dump in such a short amount of time. Sometimes that happens. And otherwise, a stop loss also might be so low where it just gets hit, and a little bit afterwards, the price just pumps up. I have that very often. I've had that very often, guys. That you have, let's say, for example, here in the XPKs, you have your stop loss right here at about 96 cents. You're like, you know what? If it gets to 96 cents, it's going to the ground. I'm putting it there. And then right after 96 cents, boom, it's back up, and you're crying in a corner. Yeah, I had it a couple of times. I had it. Do we believe BitBoy? No, I don't. He might be spilling the truth, but I just don't believe in the insider stories that he puts up. It's just, if I got any confirmation from any way that he's really got an insider, if I could talk to him and he's explaining me how the insider situation works, I believe him 100%. But for right now, I am personally thinking it is an attention-grabbing strategy. It works like a charm because people talk about it all the time. And that's how he stays the most relevant in the game. Until the moment he can, I can kind of really see some information that he couldn't have just made up, but it's really insider stuff. I would also personally think if he's got inside info, it would be regarding the partnerships of XRP or something like that, right? Or of Ripple, I should say. How can you have an insider? Does he have an insider at the XP Ledger Foundation, or who does he have as an insider? You know what I mean, guys? And he always is an insider for everything like that. So I do not believe it, no. Once more, I do not hate him for it. I would never say go dislike, you know what I mean? But I do not believe it myself personally, no. Let's see. John Blacharski says, what are we thinking? I just turned into the video. Are we trading sideways for a while? Right now, we are trading sideways, yes. However, we were just covering the Ripple lawsuit and a motion that was just posted like a minute before I started streaming. So that's basically why I opened the stream. Big shout out to Jermaine Sahu, by the way. I already followed him. If you guys actually find these news bits quickly, oh no, this is actually for the previous one. Wait a minute. So big shout out to Jermaine, but also big shout out to, there's another person who just posted the newest one. Let's see it real quick. It's still a little bit laggy on my side, by the way, guys. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Big shout out to Mohammed Fitri Ari. I'll give you a follow as well, my friend. You help me out. I try to always do that. If you guys share this stuff with me so quickly, you guys get the follow, of course, because you guys are really big assets to me. So very often, I just got to give you a shout out, because I really, really appreciate you. Mo says, just do a face reveal. No. Why would I? I've told you guys before, I might do a face reveal at one point, but right now I don't really see the necessity of it. What's the benefit in that sense? BitBoy has a lot riding on 100K in the next 5 weeks. To not be half confident, just saying. I mean, yeah, you can always say that, and you can change things later on. For example, somewhere about the settlement, he said mid-September, then he said end September, and now eventually he's going to be like, yeah, but this happened, so right now it's been stalled until October. And then, yeah, but this happened, so it's going to be stalled until, I don't know, December. Did Dusty say we're assets or asses? You think about that one, my friend. You think about that. you go think about that one. All right, you guys are my assets. Yeah. Silly to hide your face or hide face, but your choice and respect that. Max, you might think so, but you don't have your face as a logo right now either. You know, some people have their own personal thoughts about. I don't want the attention. You guys know I don't need it. I don't want it. Why would I? So that's actually because when I was with MM Crypto. No, Moon was not there. It was MM Crypto, AM Crypto, and Debunking, and they all told me as well. And even no, not Moon Lambo, the other guy, Carl from the Moon said, "Just show your face." I was like, yeah, no, but they said it'll work way better. It's very smart. I'm like, yeah. Am I afraid to show myself? Oh no, guys. I'm pretty. No, I do my thing. I'm pretty. I'm pretty good. And I think eventually I'll do it as well. I don't 50-50. I don't know yet, guys. The chance of me doing it eventually is rather high. But for right now, I'm like, nah, you know. You also don't want to be that crypto guy, you know what I'm saying? I don't really tell most people that I am a crypto hodler or anything like that. I don't like to share that type of stuff. But eventually, I guess if you're pulling up a Lambo anyway, then what's the point, huh? Yeah, you can rather, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, and Mo, please don't spam the chat box, man. Just put it once or twice. You live in Amsterdam, right? That's sort of right. Dusty, what happened today with the crash? Any insight? I did an entire live stream dedicated to it. But, well, we basically are speculating that it was a manipulated move. Are you a lizard? Buster Peak says, it's probably because he's super handsome and that would be too distracting. Maybe. That's pretty funny to me, though, guys, that you guys must all have an expectation of what my face looks like, huh? That's actually pretty funny. I don't really think about that too often. What do you... You guys think I'm tall or short? Dusty, we will know if it's you when you're driving a dusty Lambo. My Lambo ain't gonna be dusty. I even thought about getting a Lambo last week, and I thought about it. I was seriously thinking about it for just a couple of seconds. I was like, should I? They're like, nah, because once more, it's attention. I don't really want that too much just quite yet. Maybe eventually, though. I thought about it last week. Even, I think I talked with my, I don't know, I'm going to tell my accountant in a couple of days from now. I'm going to tell him, see what he says. It's going to be funny. What do you say if I say I'm going to buy a Lambo? It would be pretty funny. A solid 5'7"? Damn. Okay. 6'2", 5'2", average height. Tall trucker cap, mustache, black hair with a mini mullet. That sounds like me. Tall trucker cap, mustache, black hair, mini mullet. Is that a Dutch person sounded to you? Wait a minute. You guys don't even know if I'm actually Dutch or anything like that. From all you know, I could be from freaking China, living in the Netherlands. Huh? You don't know. I never told you how many languages I speak. Dusty, I'm going to fight with you. Answer my question. What's going on, my friend? What happened? What did I do to you? Wait a minute. What did I do? Messed up for a second again. Hey, wait a minute. It just says my stream hit 7... No! I did something wrong, guys. My stream just hit 1,400 people. And now we're back to 900. I messed up. Or is that a glitch in my software? Oh, it's a glitch. Never mind. How could that be? Oh, it glitched a little bit. That's my... Dusty, is Dubai tax-free when it comes to crypto? How can one avoid CGT? I have no idea what you meant with that sentence. Dusty, is Dubai tax-free when it comes to crypto? How one can avoid CGT? Go to Google, type your question in properly, and the Google will tell you, my friend. I'm no Google. You can look that up for yourself. Don't do it. Get a private jet. I won't. I won't get a private jet. That's stupid. However, of course, never mind. We'll not talk about it. We'll talk about that another day. What happened to your long position from earlier? One of them got liquidated. One of them is doing fine still. I have a short position open as well. I think. Let me show you. I think I still have it open right now as we speak. Open a Bybit. Because I have two accounts. Obviously, guys, I told you guys about that before. So in one account, I still have my long position open. And on this account, I still have a short position open. If I am not mistaken, I still have one. Let me see if I still have it. Maybe it's closed, or maybe I also got liquidated, but I don't think so. Let me show you guys. For all you that care about that stuff. It needs to load in a little bit, because again, MacBook Pro 2020. No, 2019, I think this one is. 2019. MacBook Pros suck. I will never buy them. I guess I will. I'm not gonna lie to you once more. I think I'll just buy another MacBook Pro. But the thing sucks crap. It's so bad. I can't recommend. No, never. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, this is one of the most fun things I saw last live stream, or a couple live streams ago. I don't know what CGT means, Peter. Don't get me wrong. I know what he's trying to ask, but better just use Google for those types of questions. So, one of the most fun parts of one of the live streams before was how much money would it take for you to put a Dusty BC tattoo on your freaking body? All right. For some people, this won't apply. I personally would never do it. I would never put a Dusty BC logo on my body, not for any money in the world. But for how much money would you do it? He doesn't have accent. Let him speak in Russian accent. He's good at that too. Hello everybody, welcome back to Dusty BC crypto video. Today we're going to be talking about the XRP price. Dust, do you think it's a Wyckoff formation? I don't personally use Wyckoff at all. I find it too difficult and just not worth it for me, basically. Talk about the market. I mean, the market we've discussed in every great detail. Right now, it's literally going sideways in the most sideways you can ever imagine. Literally, sideways is the only thing you can say about this. There's literally no other word that can attach. So, all I can say about it is wait for some move to happen towards either side. Okay, you guys are having some way higher price tags than last time. Ball is, however, at a 1,000 XRP price point, which is still pretty much, but, you know, it's doable, I guess. Okay, last time we got 500 XRP, though, but back then, it was, I think, about $1 a pop. So back then, the lowest bid was 500 bucks. Right now, the lowest bid is about, I'm going to say, 1,100. Somebody says 500 XRP. Who said that? Let me see. Marcel, you would get a Dusty BC tattoo for 500 bucks? Let's ask. You sure about that, my friend? Dusty BC tattoo 500 bucks? Yeah? You sure about that? Sure about that, my friend? Maybe one of these days, you know? Okay, let's ask it this way. Would anybody here put a tattoo of Dusty BC on somewhere in their body for 250 bucks? If somebody says yes, I'll contact you, my friend. I'll pay for the tattoo. How large? I don't know. Antonio says I'll do it. Okay, I'm gonna take pictures of. Send me a message on Instagram. Well, okay, unless too many people say. Okay, wait a minute. A lot of people say yes. I don't need an entire army of ass tattoos. You guys are crazy. Why did so many people say yes? I thought maybe one would say yes, but there's like 5. Never mind. This is and Nutbrick says no one gives a crap about tattoos. You have a point right there, but it's pretty funny though that people would do that. At least I find. Damn. Sorry, I didn't know. Yeah, the Crypto Badger coming to the 10 bucks saying I'll do it for 250 XP. Really? You guys have some. Wait a minute. You guys are crazy. You know what? If you guys want it, I'll pick somebody and send them 250 XRP, maybe even 500 XRP to just put a tattoo and pay for the tattoo itself. If you guys vote yes in the poll, we might do it one of these streams. Maybe at 150k subs, we'll let 5 people tattoo it, for example, for 500 bucks each, or something fun like that. I'll send 5 people 500 bucks to tattoo it, and we'll see. Yeah, at 150k subs, we might do that. Just because I'm going to do some crazy giveaways anyway. I'd rather make them fun. That would be insane, though. I don't believe you guys, partially. But, damn. Some of you guys are trolling me, though. I already get it. I see you. I see you, though. I see you. The Crypto Badger says send it. No way. Huh. All right, guys, we're gonna eventually. I guess you'll see me pop up with a live stream, and all of a sudden it's gonna be tattoo day. Um, really? No, I really. Bo says I'll do it. I'll do it for some free lessons on getting better at long and shorting. I mean, that we can do. That we can do. Really? No way. And Antonio says, you agree with me first, bro. We can really do 5 people. Not even going to lie to you. That's crazy. Yin says, don't say it too clearly, though, bro. What are you talking about, Yin? Damn, though. Okay. Very interesting. Can you give me a quick recap on the most recent filing? Of course, Mark. So what basically happened is Ripple came back on the SEC explaining that they are already going to, or at least we're already happy to. Oh, sorry. Crypto Roger says for 25K he'll tattoo Dusty VC on another part. Okay, so I'll stop with the tattoos. I got distracted a little bit. Okay, I didn't expect people to just say yes to all this stuff. I was a little bit confused. Sorry, Mark. So, what they posted today was basically saying to the SEC, hey, we were already happy to give you all these video recordings that you requested, so why even file it in the first place? Once more, the SEC put up a motion exactly 1 week ago, wanting from Ripple audio and video recordings of all their meetings. Ripple now responded saying, well, once more, we are planning to give it to you, so why go through this trouble? We already discussed this a couple of times. The only discussion that we had was on whether or not you can keep requesting for more video. We do not think that if we give this to you, that you can request for more and more and more down the road. And the SEC is saying, no, we want to request it now, and further in the future, we don't give a crap about you. Big middle finger. That's the conclusion. Lessa says, well, gotta go. See you guys. See you, Lessa. Adios, amigo. Damn, you guys are amazing. And crazy at the same time. But I guess crazy is a good thing, isn't it? Antonio says he DM'd me on Instagram for the tattoo. Is there any Dutch person who would do the tattoo thing? Because I can actually see your face at that point. That would be so crazy. No way. I don't believe you guys, though. Honestly, I do not believe. Let me see. Let me check the Instagram. Uh-oh. There's indeed a couple of people who said you would do it. Antonio, no way. No way. Okay, okay. I'll get the tattoo if you show your face. Damn, that's a bad deal. All right, I understand now. I have noted it down. Some of you guys are absolutely nuts. Positive thing, don't get me wrong. But damn, now I know. It's getting hot in here, guys. It's getting a little bit. Whoo. Okay, okay. Getting very hot. Damn. Interesting. The Crypto Badger once more saying, how long you been in crypto, fella? I'm not a huge XRP fan, but the run they are about to go on is going to be freaking epic. So I don't actually say too much about when exactly I got into crypto or, anything about the far back. What I do often tell is how a couple of years ago, I got a giveaway. I won a giveaway, and that actually sparked my crypto YouTube journey, basically. So what I did is I was watching YouTube, and that's also why I liked giveaways and why I did it. I've given away so much money, guys, you don't even want to know. It's actually insane. Little fun fact. So I watched a YouTube video, I think 2016, maybe 2017, I don't remember, somewhere in there, and the guy basically said, just put your Bitcoin address down there and I'll send you something. And it was basically 0.01 Bitcoin, I think. Yeah. I think, yeah. And I won. Well, there's basically, let's say there were 5 people getting some money, and I won. And I was like, no way. This guy really said, because, I also thought, and rightfully so, I thought the giveaway was fake, because a lot of people say it, but they don't actually do it. The guy really sent me the money. I was like, no way. And from that point forward, my entire life just changed. I was like, oh, crypto, yeah, okay. And I kind of felt like the happiness I felt that day of winning something for real, that was kind of my goal to kind of give back, sort of. And so I did crypto stuff with very, very small giveaways at the start. I'm talking a couple of dollars, like $5 or so, because I didn't have that much money at the time when I started the entire YouTube thing, in a sense, to give away, so to speak, right? But as time moved on, yeah, I increased the giveaways quite significantly, and well, we've been on the grind ever since. I don't do giveaways as often anymore because I like to kind of prepare them a little bit better, and I notice now that people often will criticize you for doing them anyway, so why even bother sometimes? But then again, nowadays I keep thinking back, like, no, my goal here is not to actually keep extra money anymore. I sometimes think it's like, I just want to kind of see how many people's lives you can impact in a positive way and how many people you can help. And then I'm thinking, I should go back to the giveaways, but now my way off is I'd rather do them in smaller batches, but make them really count. So, for example, giving somebody 600 XRP with our new 3000 XP giveaway, that can really change somebody's life around potentially, right? I'd rather do that than give away, for example, 100 XRP every 2 days, as an example. Do you play much at all on the DeFi side, or not keen on it at all? I actually do like DeFi very significantly. However, I don't show it on YouTube too much because, first of all, it's pretty risky. A lot of the stuff that I mess around with is rather risky. And I used to show it, but I don't really like people who are losing their money in that way. With the trading, it's different because you really know what you're getting involved with trading, you know? With DeFi, I find it difficult because there's a lot more extra steps to get in touch with it. Now, except for some normal staking. You know, some of the staking is rather simple. You can, I guess easily do that. For example, on Binance. But in terms of DeFi, on Patreon, I talk a little bit more about it if you're wondering why I don't share it too many times. It's also because I got to have some sort of, cool stuff for the Patreon thing. So if I spill all my beans on here, what I'm going to do on Patreon, you know what I mean? So in terms of staking or kind of the DeFi side, I share it more over on there. But yes, I am involved. Not as heavy as some of the other guys on YouTube, though, because a lot of it is just scam and stupid stuff. Not going to lie to you. The Crypto Badger says, with the $10 coming in again, what a guy. Nice. I've given away some Litecoin and Ethereum to some friends to get them rolling. Not anymore. Now I just spread my knowledge and help my friends get set up. I've actually, I said it in a stream 2 days ago. I did my first crypto seminar, webinar, not webinar, in real life, with just most of my family members last week to just sit them down. And my plan, fun fact, was to give everybody some crypto. Unfortunately, not everybody actually got to make a wallet just quite yet. I gave the majority of people some. And I'm just going to kind of expand on that one. So maybe next time I'll invite a couple of my close friends, because most of them I already prompted to get into crypto like 3-4 years ago in 2017 before the bull run. A lot of them were skeptical. They didn't invest. They hated me. They hated themselves, everything like that. You get it all when you try to get people to invest in something. And that, of course, spurred me to never tell people about it anymore. However, now I'm thinking, no. People know what they're getting involved with because crypto is now so popular that they know they want to buy. The question is just, how exactly do you buy? How exactly do you know which coins and all that stuff? And because they're my friends anyway, I'd rather just explain it to them than them looking it up themselves and getting wrong info from some, douchebag YouTuber trying to shill some shitcoin. I'd rather do it myself, just giving them the honest truth and info. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I talk about XRP very often, but I would never tell them to get an XRP only bag. I would never tell them make XRP your single biggest thing. I always tell them diversify properly. I think XRP can be a really good coin. However, once more, it's your own bag, it's your own portfolio, and do whatever you think is right. And a lot of these coins have some sort of potential in them, and all of them have a benefit. But I'm going to also say, man, giving your people crypto is, from some perspective, really good. Another one, it's like, I'm always in the middle with giving people crypto as well. It's a difficult one. From someone, I'm always thinking it's nice. In another end, I'm thinking, if you give people crypto, you're also deciding their life for them. What I mean is, if a person gets into investing, you change their life. That's a fact, right? Any person who's never invested before, if you treat them to investments, if you tell them how it works, it's a change their lives. And some people, if they are not ready for it, you might actually be better off not telling about the world of investing because it can be such a drastic change. And so I always wait for them to come up to me, or at least to see some hints that they're ready for it, instead of just giving stuff away too much or too significantly. Mike says my family members are crazy. I see that sometimes too. Harry says, what is the breaking news, or is it just clickbait? We've been streaming for more than an hour, Harry. Watch the start of the video if you're asking that question. Or the live stream, I should say then. Daryl says, you need to start monetizing your videos. Who cares what people say? I watch all your videos and don't mind seeing a commercial every now and then. Make some extra money to buy more XRP. Well, the videos are actually monetized, Daryl, so don't worry about that. On my 5-minute crypto, they used to always not be monetized until very, very shortly ago. I just put it on as well because I was also thinking, who gives a crap, right? It's not life-changing money, but who cares if there's an advertisement in there? Not that many people. So I'd rather just put it on and, again, indeed have a buck from it than not. But on live streams, I don't have them on because I literally don't understand exactly how they work. So that's that's basically it. If I get them to turn on, I would do it, but it just turns off every so often. I don't know exactly how to put it on. So I'm like, screw it. Who gives a crap? Once more, a stream, let's say right now 16,000 people pressed it on, right? Which means there's, for example, about 10,000 views. But a stream, like on a video, you get something for it. On a stream, it doesn't pay out at all. At least, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but there literally is nothing that it kind of gives. Let's say, for example, it pays you $4. You know what I mean? So I'm like, $4, $10, $0. It ain't that much different than, if you guys understand me. I was like, whatever then. For an hour of streaming, so yeah. That's when I said to myself, never stream for money. Stream because it's fun to do and you like it. And it's like a habit. Oh, there's XRP news. Oh, live stream. Oh, the XRP price is dumping or pumping. Oh, live stream. Oh, there's a live stream. It's your life now, you know. I've been doing that every day for 4 years, you know. It starts to become your life a little bit. Spice boys. Yeah, I had some other stuff to talk about, by the way, too. But then, hey, we're recovering a little bit. Actually, that's also interesting. So on this chart, on the XPD USD, on a 1 hour perspective, it really looks like we're coming back up and things are looking good. Right now, going long, I don't think would even be too crazy because I do think a recovery is coming, by the way. I've already said it before. I've bought a ton of crypto already. But if you're looking at it from a minute perspective, which nobody should actually do, or let's see, 30 minutes? 30-minute perspective, things aren't looking that amazing, to be honest with you. It's only the 1 hour that's looking really juicy. This is actually looking pretty sad. It's looking pretty sad altogether. I'm also not exactly sure what we'd want to draw in here because it's not a symmetrical triangle. It's not really, I guess it's a descending triangle, but kind of a wickedy one. It's difficult price movement right now, guys. It's really, really strange, but it's more so negative than bullish on a 30-minute. On a 1 hour, it's more bullish than bearish. Interesting. After a point, those dumps just don't affect you. I will never have a moment anymore where a dump gets to my head. No, I will never. Maybe if I have, let's say, for example, $1 billion in crypto, $1 billion in crypto, and I just see $200 million wiped from my net worth, and all of a sudden I'm not a billionaire anymore, might affect me. Might affect me. Okay. But as it currently stands, no. It doesn't do anything anymore. At all. Which is rather funny sometimes, too. Just thinking about it. There goes my cap. Oh, my drink. Got some nice sugary drink. I don't like it, actually, to be honest with you. Keeps it flowing. You got a link to your Patreon? I don't know where it is, man. Just type in DustDBC Patreon. I think you'll find it. Once more, don't expect the craziest of things in there. I share whenever I feel there's something worth sharing. Hex. A lot of people have actually been talking to me about Hex. I was in the gym today, and a guy talked to me about Hex. But I've never known about it. I don't know what it is. But by the way, when people talk about shitcoins and all-time highs, just know that the market cap from a shitcoin doesn't matter. Because if there's not enough volume or liquidity, then the market cap is just a number. It doesn't do anything in terms of real market cap in rankings. But I personally would say stay away from that stuff. It doesn't sound good to me. By the way, guys, we're almost at 750 likes. Make sure you press that button real quick just to help the channel out a little bit. Why not, right? Nicholas says, Dusty, what's a better investment? XRP or a wife? Now those are, you see, guys, Those are the questions you got to be asking yourself. What is more important? Those are the keys. Those are the keys. those are the key questions. And I'm just going to honestly tell you, I have no idea what hex is, but it just doesn't sound that good because the friend in the gym told me he lost a lot of money with that. So, I don't know. When XP pump? If only we knew, guys. If only we knew. Once more, I do not know anything about hex. It can be good, it can be bad. I don't care. I don't know. You do you, I do me. I'm not getting involved. One friend of mine, he told me literally about it in the gym today. Fun fact. I've never heard about it before in my life, and he told me about it today. He said he lost money with it. I was like, okay, bad. For me, huh? Dead cat bounce? We're at $1. Maybe we're gonna finally come back to some, some nice price points here. Let us see. What is Dusty's point of view on the XRP versus wife thing, huh? Let me not say. You don't know who's watching you, right? Yeah. All of a sudden, we're gonna get a text message. What did you just say? Yeah. Or my XRP starts calling me up. No, I don't want to see that. No. Let's not have that. You do whatever you think is more important, my friend. Okay, you guys are sounding like some really, really big hex shills all of a sudden. Damn. Okay. Everybody got their thing. Hey, we have 777 viewers. How many likes do we have, guys? I can't see. I can only see a 7, and it says ... It's because it's been made smaller because my second monitor is a small screen. Dusty, can you speak some Dutch? What do you want me to say, my friend? $200 would be 1 mil in 610 days before interest. Once more, I don't get involved with that. How do you lose money on Hex? That is up like 150,000 on the year. Did he sell on the first dip? Man, to be honest with you, he kept telling me the name, and I kept saying H8X, and he kept trying to say, no, it's HEX, and it's like, what is it now? And he tried to explain it, but it's like, I'm not interested in his call, if you know what I mean. I was like, whatever. But he said it was stupid to get into it or something like that. I don't know if he actually lost money on it or if he just stopped with it or something like that. I didn't really listen, guys. I don't really listen, right? I didn't really. I didn't care too much, you know. When some people tell me their story about cryptos, I sometimes really care because it's like, oh, relatable or really fun choices. But when people talk about these projects, I'm like, okay, yeah. You know what I mean? Anyone who owns 1 million XRP won't be here, lols. You think so? I think so. I think some people would be here, even if they have the million XRP. I think you'd be surprised how many people here are actually big whales. Because those guys wouldn't tell you that they're big whales. So how are you going to know? How do you know that everybody's a small fish? Today just got a kick. Has it been kicked into... I don't know what you said. I don't know about some of the coins you guys are saying. Eng says, holding strong. Nice to hear, my friend. Once more, everybody got their own thing. Brendan says, when you stake your burn coin... I don't care about the coin, to be honest with you, man, my friend. Yo, Dust, do a Lambo giveaway? That's not going to happen. Maybe if I strike gold, if something really crazy happens... maybe next year. Maybe next year we'll do something crazy. Like a Lambo giveaway. Maybe. Who knows? By the way, guys, make sure you follow the Instagram. Why not? If you don't want to, don't do it. If you want to, here it goes. All right, I'll send you the link in the freaking little chat box right there. You can follow it. Once more, if you don't want to, you don't do it. It's as simple as that. It's a call to action. But then again, also, I'm like, yeah. I mean, if you don't want to, who gives a crap if you do? Yeah. You do you. I thought maybe people find it fun. I post a lot of fun memes on there, XRP related stuff, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly what to post though. But Mr. Canpex says, "Hey Dusty, crypto goes crazy up. What you doing?" I am watching it right now. I'm watching it unfold, but as it currently stands, the entire market is still, pooping a little bit. I, however, have filled my bags a little bit, and I'm even thinking of buying some more VeChain. Just looking at it, I'm thinking, I need more, maybe. I need more, maybe. Might need to buy more. Might need more. Maybe I should just buy some more. That's such a crueling thought in my mind as well, guys. I have it always. This urge to just go do something crazy and buy more crypto. And it's really not nice, I guess. It's like, how do you say it? It's this constant urge to just buy more, even though you've just bought more and I don't know. I just have a constant urge to just buy more crypto. I don't know if you guys have the same thing or if you guys sometimes feel satisfied, but I just feel as if you can never have enough. It literally is just impossible. I had milestones for myself a couple of years ago, one and a half year ago or so. I had milestones. I hit those milestones and still have bigger goals now. It just kind of goes higher every single time. I'm like, I want more. Hey, Dusty, can you make a coin with that profile picture? Maybe eventually. Maybe in some point we'll make a coin. Dusty, jump to Twitter. What's going on, my friend? What happened on Twitter? Just commented the same on your other tweet. Should really read all your tweets before I write a comment. What? Tweet and YouTube. What, Nico? What are you trying to do, my friend? Okay, let's see it again. I said people very often brag in my DM. This is what I said at the start of the stream somewhere too. About how much crypto they bought, to only later ask for a donation or guidance when crypto drops. First of all, I don't sell, and second of all, I'll take my losses like a man. For me, XRP is just always a buy, and some people seem to be a bit more afraid though. And I understand, obviously, I'm not a freaking stupid in the head. I can understand that people are afraid when the prices drop crazy, you know? The problem with that is, if they tell me how crazy of a buy they're making, I don't know exactly why I would brag a little bit. Some people are excited about the money they put in, right? But some people do it in a braggy way. You guys can, you most likely can see the difference right there. You know, if you read something, somebody's trying to brag or somebody's really trying to be humble and trying to explain just their thought process. You can see. But very often, I just, there's for example, a 3-week period in the midst where the person that come up to me saying, hey, I lost money. Can you help me out? Can you send me some? Just something along those lines. And Nico says here, yeah, but if you're new in the space, crypto can give you a heart attack almost every single week. But people should only spend what they can miss. Glad people like you and many others who are trying to help the community with the info. Oh, okay, you just said, okay, I see what you mean. You said, yeah, and I said later, never put in more than you're able to lose, because that's the most important principle of it all. And my own personal thought process is just never sell. Even if you're at a loss, just never do it. But I guess everybody has different opinions on it, right? You said check out James Fillon. Oh, guys. Okay, we got a new one. I actually, that's pretty funny. I actually wanted to end the stream like, 10 minutes ago. I was like, I kind of told whatever I want to tell. And then boom, we wait a little bit longer. We get some more info. Ripple files motion to seal certain exhibits and transcript excerpts filed by the parties in connection with the SEC's motion to compel production of video and audio recordings of Ripple staff meetings. Huh. Are we going to read this again all the way through? No, please don't let me read it through again. No way. I literally do not care about what they want to seal. Guys, I'm not going to read this. It's so not important. If there's something important, most likely some sort of lawyer will write it out to you. But the chance that there's something in here which is significant is 0.1%. Because they're just trying to hide some information, and I, as a normal human being, have no clue as to if the stuff that they're trying to hide is, in a law manner, appropriate or not. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so I can't tell you. So me reading this has no exact purpose except for wasting your time. So we're not going to do that, all right? I'm just going to be honest with you. I know my stuff around the law a little bit right now because of all the reading I've done, but I'm not a lawyer just quite yet. And I don't know exactly what to deduct from this entire email. So what we did see, however, was in the filing right here, we did see that they redacted a couple of things and hid some stuff. The exhibits here are under seal. The request that they've done just now is basically just a request that these things can be filed under seal. That's the short version of it. and they're explaining exactly why and what in that little file. But I don't guys, don't make me read that, please. Brandon says, who makes money on volume, Dusty? Exchanges? Who are middlemen? Which contradicts what crypto is made for, and you shield that shit. Come on, man. Wait, what? Let me see that again. So Brandon 8BP Ferris says, who makes money on volume, Dusty? Exchanges. Who are middlemen, which contradicts what crypto is made for, and you shield that stuff. Come on, man. You're telling me to not talk about exchanges anymore, Brandon? Is that what you're trying to tell me now? Not 100% sure if that's what you mean. But it's going to be very difficult to get yourself some crypto if you're not going to utilize an exchange. You might say, oh, but a decentralized exchange. Well, but how are you going to get your fiat in there? You're going to have to find some person who's willing to sell it to you then, a one-to-one. But you're going to always need an intermediary if you are not meeting them in real life. DEX, how are you going to get your fiat into the DEX, Brandon? What is your fiat on-ramp then? Who's going to process your fiat? You're saying no to centralized exchanges. Once more, the fiat problem, though. I'm waiting for your answer, Brandon. Uniswap, I can buy direct on MetaMask. Uniswap, I can buy direct on MetaMask. Boom. But once more, Brandon, there's no attack to you. Once more, I don't know. Once more, I literally never. I just use exchanges. I don't really care about it, to be honest with you. But I'm trying to figure it out. So Uniswap, you can buy direct via MetaMask. There's always an intermediary, right? But I guess Uniswap, by the way, Uniswap decentralized, 50-50. I mean, they're being investigated now. You can still, kind of see the problem with Uniswap, by the way. But I feel where you're coming from. Personally, disagree. Because even though it sometimes goes a little bit against the nature of crypto, so does Bitcoin's adoption by any bank for that matter. Yet the Bitcoin maxis are, generally speaking, quite happy of it. But I guess I could give you a point, Brandon, for that one. For the fact that it goes against the nature of what crypto is made for. Yeah. But I don't really care, I guess. Same thing for Bitcoin being adopted by banks. I think it's a good thing. Is it for the, how Bitcoin was designed to be? No. Do I think it's a good thing for the adoption, though? I guess so, yeah. The U.S. Congress has also said before, there's no way they can beat Bitcoin out of it because, once more, what can they do? They can't take every single computer away. They can't do anything. Bitcoin will always live on. Wait a minute. You say, think about it. Is crypto is a peer-to-peer idea to get rid of centralization? Once more, you have a fair point, but a little bit of a fairy tale, though. In reality now. Back then, okay. But us pushing it ain't gonna make a difference because there's billionaires out there and there's Congress, for example, there's banks out there. We're not gonna make a difference. So all you can preach for, it's all nice, but people would rather have the safety still. And the crypto, it works to some degree. The whole peer-to-peer decentralized nature is kind of going away from crypto piece by piece. From that perspective, I'm gonna give you the right once more. But again, it's a lot safer that way. You can make a lot more money that way. Yeah, it's a difficult one. I don't know if we should also push more for it. I guess I'm always a fan of decentralized platforms and things. Like, for example, YouTube has its perks and has its negative sides. But ultimately, if we're to be completely decentralized, it's so difficult to set some of that stuff up and arrange it properly. And the same thing for payment providers and all that. You just kind of have insurances with these centralized protocols and exchanges. I personally just like the fact that you can have a freaking customer service in a centralized exchange, and if something goes wrong, you're protected by some things, A fee is criminal on MetaMask. I think the fee on MetaMask is, depending on what you're doing, by the way. But can it indeed be high? I mean, it's the same. You can have your fee be high anywhere, but the fees on Ethereum right now is just insanely stupid. I must admit that too. Air Forceman says, I have $80 stuck on MetaMask. Take it out, it cost me $80 just to get it. It's not worth it. No, you better keep it in then. Yeah, you're right. Mr. Rich says, hold Cardano for sure, because yes, it's going to rip. I think Cardano definitely has its perks somewhere. You know what I also find funny? That when I check the chat box here, very often people are replying to a question that I asked like an hour ago, for example. I think they're just watching the stream very, very far in the back, but they still think that I can, yeah, they think they're still participating in the now, basically. Mr. Can says, Mick, the point at the end of the day is you walk out with profit on whatever, guys. All right, so this filing once more isn't that significant, isn't that important. We can spend a couple of minutes on it, but to be honest with you, it's just logical they want to seal that and have it behind closed doors, so I think the judge is not going to make this too much of an issue at all anyway. Not really too crazy on this one. Yeah, you might, once more, guys, you can follow me over on Instagram if you want to. You can follow me over on Twitter if you want to. The Twitter is DDustTBC. We're almost at 31,000. It's going pretty quickly. So if you haven't said hi to the family just quite yet, you might want to do that right now. If not, then not. And I guess I'm going to end the stream right here. We've covered most of our things. I haven't covered the tweets I have here, but that's because, man, we've already been talking for 1.5 hours, talking about some crazy stuff. It's been fun. But I'll see you guys again. Hey, by the way, we're pumping up a little bit on the dot. Let's see, actually, XRP. XP, pump it up a little bit again, actually. Wait a minute. Got to know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. I'm glad I bought XRP. I wonder how long it's going to last and if we'll fall back down. Because after the big dip, we also got a kind of recovery here for XP until about 16 cents, $1.16. And then fall right back down to about $1.02. So it might be another fake out, who knows. But guys, I'm still buying like crazy. I think it's all going to end up doing well in the end of things. And yeah, I think we're going to make a lot of money with this crypto, guys. I have a couple of videos coming out later today, but there's more. Guys, I have a couple of videos coming out later today, but there's a good chance that there's going to be no notification. Stay close to the channel, all right? Make sure you have the notification bell on and be subscribed, but also just kind of refresh the channel a couple of times because it might be that there's a couple of cool videos out there. And indeed, there's no volume. You're right on that one. Yeah. But let us see, all right? I'll come back pretty shortly here with another update. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Stick around. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today, all right? So once more, stick around. Make sure you press the like button if you haven't done it already. And I'll see you guys again in another one.